Bring it back. 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 Bring it back.
This is very hard to explain because it's a complex technology, but
From the And the Groove Remains production team studios in the Netherlands, my name is 𝗵𝗲𝗿𝗀 and welcome to this live stream. My mission is not to sell you as many apps as I can. No, my mission is to educate, teach and help you with audio track collection management and conversion for DJs, so you save yourself some more time for the fun and creative part of being a DJ. As every week, and it has been a while that I've been on, so let me do this again. Let me introduce quickly myself. I am a 58-year-old dude from the Netherlands. I had my first DJ residency at the age of 15, which means this is over 40 years of DJ experience in the flesh. I am no longer an active DJ. I call myself a retired DJ. I do a few gigs a year, but nothing even close to what it used to be. However, you may know me from a little app that I developed called the DJ conversion utility that allows you to convert between various DJ software, maintaining your playlist, crates, queues, loops and all that other good stuff. So if you want to try something else, you don't have to redo it all over again. each Tuesday. By the way, that's not the only app I created for DJs. I created tons of other apps, and they are all aimed at making your life as a DJ a little bit easier if it comes to audio track collection management and conversion. Each Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central European Time, I host this Ask Me Anything live stream on YouTube, Twitch, Facebook and Instagram. If you are watching this on Instagram, then please join us at either YouTube or Facebook or Twitch, because I cannot read the comments on Instagram. They don't come on my screen. Only those from YouTube or from Facebook and Twitch are coming on my screen, but the rest is lost in translation. I will no longer have the on demand, which is the archive of my live streams on Facebook. I will live stream on Facebook, but after this live stream I will remove the on demand video, but you can always watch it back on YouTube. And on YouTube, not only is there a special playlist with all the live AMAs, but the next day I always make a time index underneath the video, so you can skip to the parts that are interesting for you. Talking about skipping to parts, etc. This video is not monetized. There will be no commercial interruptions in this video because I think those suck. So I decided to turn monetization off on my channel. But that means that the discoverability of this video becomes a little bit harder, because the YouTube algorithm favors videos with monetization on it, because YouTube obviously makes some money out of that instead of the ones without monetization. So that's why I ask you guys, if you like what I'm doing, then like, share, subscribe, but most importantly tell your DJ friends about the availability of this information online totally for free and even commercial free each Tuesday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central European Time. Let's first say hi to the regulars that are already joining us in the chat. Eddie Brom, good evening Mixmaster. Good evening Eddie, and good to have you with me this Tuesday evening. Kevin Brown is in the building. What's up Mixmaster? I'm good Kevin, I hope the same for you. Do the DJ, happy Tuesday Mixmaster and friends. Happy Tuesday to you too, Do. And should you sir, hi Mixmaster, I hope you are well. I'm doing very well, should you sir, I hope the same for you and everybody else. This will not be a very lengthy video because there are not that many topics that I need to discuss. As you might have seen, I wasn't on live for the past 14 days, for the past 2 weeks, simply because there was nothing to discuss. And I'm not doing this as a social talk or that I need to talk each week. I only come on if there is something to discuss. So for that reason I wasn't on for the past 2 weeks. There is a little bit to discuss right now, and that's the reason why I decided, alright, let's turn up the stream and let's see if I can help some people and we can talk some DJ technology. I did, however, put on a video that is not technically DJ related per se, but might interest a lot of you guys. I did update my Apple Share server to an Ugreen NES server, and that is running smoothly in the corner right there. In that video I just filmed my entire journey, including the mistakes I made, including the stuff I ordered, but on second thought I didn't really need it. And I'm very open about that. So if you are thinking about upgrading your storage, your network storage for yourself, check out that video. How do I like the Ugreen? I like it. It is stable, it does what it needs to do, and you will see in a moment that my terabyte now has like 14 terabyte to burn storage space. So yeah, I like it, but I especially like the stability, the speed, and the fact that it doesn't require a computer. It's an enclosure and it does everything at once. If you got a question for me, then please ask the question right now in the chat, and I'm happy to answer that question wherever possible and even demonstrate if it is demonstratable. Do the DJ, sadly my my 2023 Mac Mini M2 Pro got hit by lightning last week. Oh no, Do. And is in Apple Store for a new logic board replacement. Might have a question or two next week after I get back and reload it. Well, to already go in front of that though, there are 2 videos in my YouTube channel that explain to you how you can restore a brand new Mac from a carbon copy clone backup that you have on an external. So you might want to check out those videos, but it's very straightforward. You turn on the Mac, there will come the usual questions like what language do you want, what region are you in, stuff like that. And then there will be the question, are you migrating from another Mac, a hard disk or a time machine backup? And that's the point where you say, yes I am, and you hook up your carbon copy clone drive and just follow this on-screen instructions. It's pretty straightforward and it always works, but it's sad to hear that your Mac Mini got hit by lightning. I might be prone to the same thing soon because I am moving away from landlines. I am in a rural area in the Netherlands. Netherlands is has a very good infrastructure for the internet. A lot, like 60-70% of this country is on fiber optics, which of course is the fastest you can get. My area is not, because it's not economically viable to get fiber optics here. So right now I'm still on copper lines on ADSL, which is not bad. What you are watching right now is live streaming over copper, so the speed is not that bad. However, I was doing some tests lately with my iPhone, which is a 5G iPhone with a 5G subscription, and I used it as a USB modem on one of my Macs just to see what the speed would be, and that was like 10-fold. So at that point I thought, all right, maybe it's time to move to the newer age and upgrade my network to a 5G router, which is essentially a 5G telephone with a router component in it, so the whole network can take advantage of it. And I'm in the process of doing that now, but because I'm in that rural area, I might need some antennas, some external antennas, in order to make this work right. And then of course the risk of lightning strike is always there. But the good part for you though is that lightning never strikes twice. So hey, you already got it for your entire life. But always sad to see that you had problems with lightning. Some stuff on the agenda. First of all, our friends, before I forget, the Rekordbox site is down. You cannot reach the Rekordbox site. Let's see if that is still the case, because I haven't checked this the last hour, so maybe it's back up again. But if you say, let's go to Rekordbox.com, then this is the error you get, and you cannot get any further than that. So be aware of that, and if you need Rekordbox right now, you are royally fucked, because Rekordbox itself is working just fine. It just seems to be the Rekordbox.com site. I'm not sure if that is because there is new spending or that some hacker took it down, so I don't know. But this is what you get if you currently go to Rekordbox.com, so be warned about that. Then the other thing that actually is already kind of old news, but hey, let's talk about it quickly. Our friends from Algoriddim DJ did an update, and let's quickly have a glance of what's new. They added some MIDI actions, a copy and show info, tempo slide. Nothing very shocking to me, nothing shockingly new. This looked like more a maintenance update, but if you are a DJ user, and a lot of you guys using this as your second favorite DJ software, me including, update it, because it might be worth it. So that is coming from Algoriddim, and like I said, not that much going on in the Algoriddim DJ front. Then, should you sure, I was an early adopter of NAS many years ago. One of my drives failed and I was unable to source a matching drive to replace it with. The experience put me off. With modern day NAS is this no issue. Actually, it is should you sure. With the NAS I chose, which is a Ugreen NAS, all three 3 drives need to be identical. So that I already thought about it because I've got 18GB drives inside the NAS. And I was already thinking about, alright, should I get a 5th one just as a spare if one breaks down? But then I figured, alright, if this, let's say it runs for 3 years or 4 years, then if I want to replace it, then most likely I'm going to replace it with something bigger. So I didn't bother to buy a spare drive, but it might have been wise, and maybe in 2 years I think, 𝗪𝗠𝗀𝗀 was so right, I needed that spare drive. But I didn't buy it, but I'm very well aware of the issues there. Thing is, this NAS is serving several things. My audio collection is one of them, but everything I got in backup. So there is always a hard drive version of that stuff. So it's not like this is my only server of only version, because 18GB or actually 35GB net, I did put it in a NAS 5 or in a level 5 array, which means one drive can fail and then everything will still work, but the thing should warn me about that one drive failed. So, and then I still have time to get everything off it and put it on a new NAS maybe. So that is pretty safe. But if you are running a level 0 NAS, which means there is no redundancy built in and you just need all the drives available, then it is an issue. There are, by the way, NAS systems that don't have that requirement, which can work with various drives and various brands. But this uGreen NAS that I am using needs to have the same size officially, but I think the same brand would be a prudent thing to do as well. So I hear what you're saying, and you might be right about it. It crossed my mind, so I didn't go into this blindly. But for now, I decided not to act on it. So that's indeed that. Then we covered the DJ. Then I had a question from a user who said, let me put it on the screen. Sorry for the fly. Hello, 𝗵𝗲𝗿𝗀, that's me. I missed your show today. My question is, do you know why Serato didn't make the Traktor S4 MK3 compatible? It has made the S2, the S3 and even the Z2 compatible with their software. Is it the platter and the screens? Most likely, indeed, yes, it will be. The S3 has the moving jog, so it would make perfect sense to make that available for Serato users, because they like rotating or spinning jog wheels. But notoriously, jog wheels are a pain to map if you are not the manufacturer of it. So I think that is the issue, and screens are always an issue, as most Algoriddim DJ Pro users know. Screens are always an issue to make workable on different software than the controller was intended to. I was amazed that they implemented the older native instrument controllers at all. I cannot see any native instruments Traktor user going to Serato with such a controller, but indeed the S3 would have made some, or the S4 would have made some sense because it has spinning jog wheels. Then I had some support questions over the past week involving Rekordbox.xmls and involving Traktor NMLs. The problems were not the same, but the origin of the source of the problems, the reason why things didn't work the way they were supposed to work, are kind of integral the same, and that's the reason why I bring this up. First, let me talk about the Rekordbox issue, and I have spoken about this before, but it popped up again, so I thought, all right, let's put it in the show again. And for that to work, let me switch my screen so you can all join me. Here's my screen, and let's see, I did put it in downloads, I think. Here you've got a Rekordbox XML, which is 43.3 megabyte big. And let me put that in my documents folder, or let me copy it in my documents folder, because then the DJ conversion utility automatically finds it. Now let me just show you what happened. so you get an idea of this. And then I show you how to fix this. We tell the DJ conversion utility that we are coming from a Rekordbox.xml, and let's say you want to go to Serato, and we click Start Conversion. Then the DJ conversion utility, you can see it will check the XML file's validity. That means it will check, hey, is this an XML file I can work with? And then it will take the playlist overview. It will get the playlist overview from the XML. And that is where you can decide which playlists you want to convert. And there you've got the problem. It tells us, the DJ conversion tells us there are no playlists in the selected Rekordbox.xml, and the DJ conversion utility will quit, and there's nothing more you can do about it. Technically, this message is wrong because there are playlists in it, but because the Rekordbox.xml is damaged, they won't show. Now let me show you how you can fix this. You need BBEdit, which is my default editor, and BBEdit has a 30-day trial, free trial, fully functioning free trial, but I advise you to buy it. If I double click my Rekordbox.xml, it will open in BBEdit automatically, and there you already see that BBEdit tells you, hey, there is an incorrectly formed UTF-8 character, technical mumbo jumbo, meaning, hey, this file is not really damaged, but it originates as a damaged file. It opens as a damaged file, but it is not damaged because you can see everything is there. And if you look very closely, you can even see that this was created by Rekordbox 7.1.3. And if you go all the way down, then you see all the data is there. Now, with BBEdit, you can very simple repair this by just putting an extra return like this, or 2 returns, it doesn't matter, or just change something that is not important, like putting an extra return is not important, and then you can save it again. And if I press Command S, I have to save it again. If you now double click this, it opens, so that is fine. Before you do this, make sure that you are on the latest version of the DJ conversion utility and export again to Rekordbox.xml from Rekordbox, because maybe the problem was there. So first thing to try is export from Rekordbox the XML again. Make sure you are on the latest version of the DJ conversion utility. Try it again, still a problem, then this BBEdit track will do it. And if you then, let me add it to documents again, you will see that you get the playlist selection within the DJ conversion utility exactly as you expect it to be. And the conversion will run its course. So I cannot convert with this collection, but I will show you that this indeed repaired the XML and that it will work now. And we have to wait for this because this time it will take a little bit longer because it will get us the overview. So let's wait for that a bit more. And even a bit more because it's a big file, as you can see. And there you see, now you can make your collection, now you can make your selection, everything will work just fine. So that is how you repair that particular problem, how you can fight that particular issue. The other issue is a little bit more technical, and that is if you convert to a Traktor NML, where the Rekordbox.xml is not really the Rekordbox collection, but just a representation of the collection. The Traktor Collection.nml is technically an XML file, but it is the real collection Traktor works with. And where can you find it? If you dive into your Documents folder, then you have a Native Instruments folder, and within the Native Instruments folder, the latest one, like here, there is the Collection.nml. And I've got here a Collection.nml that I got from a user of the DJ conversion utility. And if I put that in the Traktor 4.2.0 folder, and I make sure that it is named Collection.nml, and make sure that Traktor has been quitted before you do this. And if I then fire up Traktor, we will be greeted by the problem, or by that there is a problem with this NML file. Now the thing is that Traktor is not very forgiving if it comes to the structure of the NML file. A very tiny character can make the entire NML unreadable. As you see right now, collection is invalid, could not be read, 𝗵𝗵𝗿𝗀𝗧𝗧, end of story. And don't show this again, please. Close. And then Traktor will have renamed that collection invalid again, as you can see. Now let me show you how you can work your way through a collection NML and fix it so Traktor will work with it. Again, you need BBEdit, and I will put the link in the description under the video tomorrow morning. And in general, an NML or an XML file consists of two parts. One is the track part, the part where the tracks are at. The other is the playlist part, the part where the playlist is at. Now I'm going to give you a very quick rundown of how to read an NML file or an XML file if you want. As you can see, the header says already it's XML and it's called an NML because of native instruments. Let me find the part where it says playlist. You can see that here. Playlists. As you can see, and below there the playlist start. Now if you take the entire part starting directly after the playlist part and you go all the way down, there you find /playlists, which is the end of the playlist, and I just delete the entire segment between them. So as you can see, I now have playlist and /playlist at the end of my collection NML. I save this and I start Traktor again. Now if the problem persists, then you know one thing. The problem is with one of the tracks. So if I fire up Traktor right here, and notice that I did not close BBEdit. I did save the file, of course, but I did not close it. So it warns us again that it cannot be read. So indeed the problem is with the tracks. So I'm going to quit it here. You can see all of a sudden it's empty, but if I do an undo, and usually I do a Command Z, but let me do this again like this, undo reload. There we've got our collection NML, and let's double check that it is the one without playlist. It is the one without playlist. Then you've got /collection and the beginning of collection. That part between those two, let me mark it, let me do it like this, let me do it like that. This entire segment are the tracks. Now if you look closely to the tracks, you see something else. You see an entry and an /entry. This segment is an entire track. So as long as I delete from an entry to a random /entry, I am good. So if I do, for instance, like this, and then say remove it, and I save it, and then let's see if Traktor still has a problem, which means the problem remains. So let's wait for this a moment. Funny, as you can see, Traktor starts up, which means the problem was in the part that I removed. And I here think, yo, 𝗵𝗲𝗍, how do you get it back? Simple, you say undo reload. Now the good part is, as you can see, this has everything in it, and it should, that's funny, I never noticed that. Let's double check that, yeah, that's okay. So let's take a smaller step. Let's go from here to here. Or let's do it from the other way around. Let's do it from here, and then let's go /. And then I need to have the entry point, so here. And the only thing you always need to check is, do I end with a / entry? And I know that I start with an entry there, so that's good. And then you know that you're good. Save this, start Traktor again. There you see that the problem track is there, and we need the problem track to be there because the whole reason why I'm doing this is I want to bring this down to only the problem track. So let's go from entry, let's go from the top again, let's go to 𝗵𝗶𝗿𝗀. This isn't exact science. The only thing that is important is, do we start with an entry and do we enter, or do we end with a / entry, which is the case. I save this, I start the Traktor again, let's see what we'll do. Oh, that's the reason I'm okay. I shouldn't be doing that. Because I mark it, alright, the problem is still there. That is the most important part. So let's quit this. Command-C, because I want to have the malfunctioning collection back. And let's do it from the bottom again. And let's go 𝗵𝗶𝗿. And like this, for as long as it tells us that there is a problem, you can go down to where the problem actually is. I happen to know what the problem is with this particular track, so I will just point it out in a moment, if I remember it correctly, because otherwise we are doing this to eternity. Problem is still there, that's good. Why not? Let's just save anyway. Oh, my Traktor is still open. All right, I told you don't do this while Traktor is open. You need to quit Traktor first. Keep my changes, move this, see if it loads now. But as long as you do this on a backup of that collection NML invalid, then you're totally fine. We are still invalid, which is what I like. I'm going to quit. And then we are going to take a lot more off, like this. Save it. Open it. I know this is boring as hell, but to be honest, I forgot what the name of the track was. Alright, now it loads, which means that the problem is in the part that I removed. If I command Z, then it puts it back, but it puts it back for the entire thing. This is different behavior than my normal BBEdit does, because then I can just command C it, but now I have to work it through. This one loads, so it was in the final segment somewhere. Do it like this. Like I said, this isn't exact science, and you can use the numbers at the left of the BBEdit screen if you really want to know what you're doing. But like I said, I usually have a BBEdit version that can undo this. That's weird, it loads. Maybe I can already spot the problem track here. No, not likely. That's weird. We've lost the track that did make it. It's still working. Oh, that is not what I wanted to do. But you got the idea. You just go halfway back, but then you need to do this more careful than I am doing this. Oh, I'm in the wrong collection. Haha, my bad. Go away. Because this is the collection that was having the issue. And let's see. Let's take up this one, which is the latest one. Let's see if that still got the issue. I was obviously working on an empty collection. I don't know why. That's better. Yeah, let's open that one up. You can see if I change the name in the Finder, BBEdit automatically changes the name of the file too, which is important if you want to fix this kind of stuff. So back to Halving and see where we are going. And for some reason my Traktor seems to be very slow in starting. Alright. Quit. I didn't want that one. No. I'm usually better at this if I do it myself. Not on a live stream, but hey, who cares? Let's do it officially. So it starts at 5 and let's see where my collection ends. It ends at 36,000. So if I go to 15,000, I'm roughly at half. Like this. And let's see for this to load up again. Okay, it looks like we have a winner here. This is what I meant. So I see what I removed, so now I can just remove the upper part. Save it again. This should have the problem. Indeed it has. Then let's go to half, which should be around here. Save it again. Why do all those icons look alike? Okay, that means that the problem is still in the upper part and not in the lower part. So let's go to the lower part. All the way down. and then the problem should persist. Yep, we still have the problem, and that's exactly what we want. Command Z, so I get my thing back, and now let's take out the top half again and see if the problem persists. This is as boring as things can get. Alright, it was in the top half. Now let's Command C again. And there I've got my top half back. Now let's go down all the way, because it is not in this part, so I can remove that. And now let's do it really funky. And just take half of it again. Save it. See what Traktor says. It still has the problem. Which means we are going to take half of it off again. Problem is gone, which means it is in the top half, so Command C, and then take the bottom half off. And then let's take this bottom half off, see what happens. We still got the problem, which what I was hoping for, because I rather have it with a problem than not with a problem, because then I have to Command C it all. Let's go to half of it again. Alright, that means that it's in the top half, so let's, there it's back. And this part we can forget about, and then let's halve it up again. Save it. The good part is that you really see how you do this kind of stuff now. There's no going around it. But we are closing in, as you can see by the size of the collection. So I took top half off. Let's see if the problem persists. Nope. Command C, Command C. Hold on, oh, the problem was gone. All right. Then we are taking this off. Save, Let's double check that the problem is there. Because we are now closing in on a collection with only 4 tracks, so usually this is the point where you can already see where the problem is. Yeah, we still got a problem there. And let's see if I can find the problem already. No, not really. Let's bring it down to some lesser tracks like this. Save it again. I know it's not in here, so this will work. So it's in the last ones. As you can see, and as I told you, this will work, so Command C, Command C. Let's take this piece off. And now let me double check, because I might already be able to point out. Yep, I can tell you already where the problem is. But let's dial down to it. I know where the problem is already, but let me show you exactly how you can find the problem. So let's take off the first stop. Let's save this. Start a Traktor, and I hope that the problem is still there. DJ Met Official, good to see you. We are doing something very boring, namely how to repair Traktor NMLs. Problem is still there, as I told you. Now if you look closely, you can see that there are only 2 entries. This is one track. And this is the other track, so there are only 2 tracks there. I know that the last one is the problem because, like I said, I already spotted the problem, but you just take off half again, you save, and hope that you still have the error, and otherwise you need to reverse that. Like I told you, it still has the problem, so let's quit this. Command C this. Now, this is one track. You can, of course, remove that track. You can just remove it and then you will be fine, or you can repair it if you can find what the problem is. How can you find what the problem is? Just read the lines, and if you see something odd, like watch this, you see there 𝗏𝗏 and then a question mark upside down .mp3. That question mark upside down is the problem. A question mark upside down means in BBEdit it's an unprintable character. It's something that I cannot print. And I just marked it, I copy it. Now if I go back to the original NML file, let's take this one. And I say find, and then you get the escaped version of it. It is an ASCII character 5 with an escape in front of it. That is where our issue is. And we can replace that with nothing, just leave it blank. And then I say replace all. And then it should be gone. I save this NML file. So right now this NML file only had that character replaced by nothing. So if I double check it, you will see that it's no longer there. Next, it's not there anymore. And that's exactly what you want. Now we can take this collection NML and we can remove all this stuff. I can take this repaired collection NML and name it collection NML. And you will see if I fire up Traktor, our issue is gone. Takeaway from this, you need to first find the track that is causing the issue, and then you need to work your way down all the way through the entire collection and then do a find and replace. And as you can see right now, this is working just fine. It's loading, everything is there, the playlists are there, everything is there, it's working as you expect it to be. And that's just one tiny character that was causing this entire problem. And that is why I always say Traktor is not very forgiving if it comes to the NML. And that character, by the way, where it comes from, nobody knows, because it is not even possible to put an 𝗧𝗽𝗶𝗰𝘀 character in a file name, and this was part of the file name, which was part of the problem. I am in the process of updating the djay conversion utility that it might automatically do this, but in the meantime, if you encounter this issue, this is how you fix it. Then the last thing on my list, so if you got a question, feel free to ask it right now, because after this we will close the stream. I saw Superman last Wednesday, which was my most anticipated movie for this year, which also gave me a little bit, I was a little bit afraid that I hyped it too much, that I was expecting too much from it. But I can tell you, James Gunn totally delivered on it. It is a great movie. I grew up with comics. I am a Batman, Superman kid that grew up on comics. DC, the DC universe was always what I read as comics. I didn't care that much for Marvel. I was more in the DC camp. And the first time I saw Superman as a 10-year-old boy with Christopher Reeve, the original Superman, on the big screen, and that was one of my first theatrical movies I went to. I was totally blown away because I only knew this from the comic pages. Then of course we had the Snyderverse, Man of Steel Supermans, which I didn't like the first time I saw it, but after I rewatched it, all three together, it made total sense and I liked it. But this movie, I immediately liked it. It is a great movie, it has great humor. The person they casted for Superman is totally spot on. I particularly like the guy who plays Lex Luthor in it. I'm not going to spoil it, but if you haven't been to the movies yet and you want a movie that you can watch with your whole family, go see James Gunn's Superman. It's so totally worth it. And that's also everything I wanted to discuss with this live stream. During the summer, I am not sure if I'm going to stream or not. It depends if there is something to talk about. Of course, I will return after the summer period on the regular weekly schedule, but during summer it will be intermediate. It will be only if I have something to talk about, I will do a live stream. But don't expect it every week, unless of course there are interesting things happening. DJ Metavisual, that's great to hear regarding Superman going this week. It is totally worth it, DJ Matt. I'm not going to spoil it for you, don't worry, but it's so worth it. I'm going to see it the second time in the cinema. I'm very sure about it. Of course, Fantastic Four is about to come out. I'm not sure if I care that much about Fantastic Four, I must admit. I will watch it, but it's not something I anticipate a lot. I didn't anticipate the new Avengers film, The Thunderbolts, very much, but that surprised me. That was a great film. So I will go to Fantastic Four. I didn't went to Jurassic World. I like the original Jurassic Park films, but I will wait for that to come on video and then I will see it then. All right, my friends. That was it for this week. I hope to see you all next live stream. If you got a question for me, put it in the comments below the video. Tomorrow morning I will make a time index so you can skip through the interesting and less interesting parts of this video as you're liking. If you like what I'm doing, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, but most importantly tell your DJ friends about the availability of this information online totally for free. Hope to see you next stream. 𝗵𝗲𝗇𝗍, signing off.